Rookie hype season is in full swing.
He has the presence. He's a good leader. He's talented. He says he throws it like you would expect him to throw it.
So, let's take a look around the NFL and highlight 10 rookies showing major green flags. Will Campbell, OT, New England Patriots. Not that anyone is feeling particularly bad for them, but it has been a tough couple of years for Patriots fans. Not just under center where all the eyeballs have been, but also in the trenches. New England's offensive line has been in flux over the last few years, with far too many rotating bodies for the offense to really be effective. But finally, it looks like they might have found a light at the end of the tunnel with rookie offensive tackle Will Campbell. From the very first practice of spring ball, Campbell walked in like he owned the left tackle job, and no one has questioned it since. The former LSU standout didn't just hold his own, he took over, and his teammates are taking notice. Veteran right tackle Morgan Moses was quick to call him eager to learn, and that is the exact kind of praise that you want your rookie to get, especially this early in his career, and from a guy who has been through the NFL gauntlet. Teteroa McMillan, WR, Carolina Panthers. For the first time in a long time, there is some legitimate excitement forming in Charlotte, and Panthers' first-round pick wide receiver Teteroa McMillan is right at the center of it. Beyond a stint as a precautionary scratch for a couple of practices after an awkward collision the previous day, McMillan has been electric thus far. The coaching staff has raved about his ability to create space, not just from the opposing defensive back, but also from the rest of his running mates, as he looks to be the type of receiver that can make everyone around him better. McMillan isn't just filling a role. Oh no, he is transforming the whole group with his versatility, as he can run every route, line up all over the field, and is already making life easier for last year's top pick Xavier Legette. Just ask head coach Dave Canales, who's reportedly not easing him in, but rather throwing the whole playbook at him. And McMillan? Apparently he's just eating it up. This is not a rookie just learning the ropes. McMillan's showing up like a future wide receiver one, and with Legette alongside him and Bryce Young finally getting some real help, Panthers fans might actually have something to look forward to. Abdul Carter, DE, New York Giants. Let's call it what it is. Abdul Carter is not built like your average rookie. He's explosive, he plays angry off the edge, and if you've watched a single snap of him at Penn State, then you already know that this guy is a wrecking ball waiting to be unleashed. There's more than a couple of reasons that he's generally considered to be the best defensive player in this draft class, and an early favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yes, his freakish abilities, but also the depth of the pass rush he's joining with Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau already on the payroll. Carter is walking into a great opportunity to succeed, and it seems like the guy knows it. He even took to social media to tout his confidence to the world, explaining, "Year one, I ain't no rookie, been playing this game a long time. Ball is ball." Sounds to me like a kid who knows he's going to be staring down one-on-one matchups all season and is ready to do some damage. With the position he plays and the expectations New York has for Carter, this is going to be an exciting one for both the young star and the fans. Colston Loveland, TE, Chicago Bears. Rookie tight ends usually get a grace period because the position is very tough to learn. I mean, the physicality ramps up, and even the most hyped up guys can really risk just disappearing early. But Colston Loveland is not playing that game. Despite recovering from off-season shoulder surgery, Loveland made sure to show up in uniform on the final day of mandatory minicamp. No full contract yet, sure, but he is running routes, catching passes, and looking like a guy who is itching to jump the timeline and get off the sideline. That is exactly what Bears fans were hoping to see. Because let's not forget, Chicago didn't just take a flyer on a tight end. They drafted Loveland expecting him to contribute soon. And judging by what we've heard and seen, well, that is still firmly on the table. This does not feel like a wait-and-see situation. This feels like a guy who's going to be a real factor by the time the pads come on. And for an offense desperate for a reliable middle-of-the-field weapon for their young quarterback, Caleb Williams, this is not just a green flag, this is all systems go. Mason Graham, DT, Cleveland Browns. Coming out of Michigan, Mason Graham was known as a block absorber, a sturdy dude who anchored the middle and let others feast, while the whole line keyed in on him. But in Cleveland, heading into his rookie season, they want him to do the eating, and they have all the depth needed to open up opportunities for Graham to eat. The Browns are shifting him from gap reader to disruptor and putting him firmly in attack mode. Graham's been rotating with the first team already, and early reports suggest that you can already see his technique coming alive. It has been a challenging couple of years for Cleveland, but it feels like this is the green flag that they needed to get off the mat and start feeling good about their squad again. Armand Membou, OT, New York Jets. Finding a starting offensive tackle in the draft is kinda hard. Finding one who can move like a linebacker at over 330 pounds? That's borderline mythical. But Armand Membou is the rare rookie who is making that pipe dream come to life. The Jets knew they were getting an athlete. His 4.92 second 40-yard dash at the combine was jaw-dropping for his size. But athleticism alone does not earn you a starting spot. You need football IQ, technique, toughness, and most importantly, you need to show that you're not overwhelmed by the jump to the NFL. And so far, he is checking every box. By all accounts, the Jets aren't just projecting Membou into their Week 1 plans, they're penciling him in at right tackle. He's showing poise under pressure, an understanding of the playbook, solid footwork and drills, and the kind of movement that makes you think that he might actually be able to climb to the second level and erase linebackers in space. Yeesh, talk about a guy that can weaponize his size. That's the green flag that Gangrene desperately wanted to see. Yeah, it's tough to fully judge linemen before the pads come on, but all the early indications are very positive here. Emeka Egbuka, WR, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's be real, landing in the right situation can be everything for a rookie wide receiver, and Emeka Egbuka couldn't have asked for anything better. He walks into a Tampa Bay offense that already features two alpha veterans in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, which means one very important thing: zero pressure to carry the load and plenty of space to operate. Bucs fans have been pumped to see that the scouting report on Egbuka has proved true. He is a polished route runner with soft hands and a high football IQ. And now he's stepping into the slot with the benefit of working under two of the most consistent receivers in the game. That's not a development plan, that is a cheat code. Especially with an offensive mind like Josh Grizzard stepping in to lead the offense. With Baker Mayfield still under center, looking to build on his best season in years, you better believe that Tampa is going to be throwing the ball a lot. Tyler Booker, OG, Dallas Cowboys. Replacing a future Hall of Famer is never easy. But that is exactly the task staring Tyler Booker in the face as he takes over for recently retired All-Pro Zach Martin on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Absolutely, those are some big shoes to fill. But Booker is already showing that he's got the size, the smarts, and the confidence to make his own mark. Drafted 12th overall, the former Alabama standout has already settled into Martin's old spot at right guard. And by all accounts, he is not flinching, despite having primarily played on the left side in college. According to the Cowboys staff, the transition has not thrown him off at all. In fact, that's what separates him. Not just the strength or the mobility, but the football brain behind it all. Booker is soaking in technique, asking the right questions, and most importantly, earning trust from coaches and teammates fast. That is the exact kind of attitude that you want to see out of your first-round pick. Willing and eager to make a dent regardless of position. Travis Hunter, WR/CB, Jacksonville Jaguars. You know the name, you know the story. Travis Hunter, the unicorn from Colorado who made headlines for playing both ways like it was 1955. But in Jacksonville, they're not interested in just making headlines. Oh no, they want impact. And from the jump, Hunter looks like he's going to deliver that exactly. The Jags have been monitoring his usage across both wide receiver and cornerback roles during OTAs and minicamp, and somehow he's excelling at both. That is not normal. But then again, Travis Hunter isn't normal. Coaches are raving about his motor. Teammates are talking about his football IQ, and even quarterback Trevor Lawrence gave him props for his endless juice and ability to go full speed every rep. He's being slowly ramped up at corner, but don't be surprised if the Jaguars unleash him situationally on defense while giving him consistent offensive snaps to start the season. This is a legit weapon that Jacksonville is carefully molding into something that we've never seen before. And it seems like the Jaguars actually have a strategy to develop him in an efficient way, which should come as a very pleasant surprise to the folks down in Duval. Cam Ward, QB, Tennessee Titans. It's early, but there's a lot to be excited about with Cam Ward in the Music City. In fact, he's already established himself as one of the leaders in the Titans locker room, and that says a lot. Apparently, ever since minicamp opened, Ward has been at the front of the pack, leading rookie receivers through 5 a.m. film sessions and leading the offense with poise and clarity during drills. It's clear that the staff is giving him real runway, and thus far, Ward has been getting the Lions' share of first-team reps, and he's delivering too. He's checking protections, hitting throws against live blitzes, and even audibly into deep shots, like one bomb to Calvin Ridley that reportedly reportedly had the sideline buzzing. Tennessee's quarterback situation has been in flux for years, but with Ward, they might have finally found a steady hand with some upside. But which NFL rookie's green flag are you most impressed with thus far? Who do you think we're right on here? Who do you think we're wrong about? Was there anyone that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and you learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton, and you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.